Okay, so I've done message 1, I've done message 2, that's the name of the videos, message 1, message 2, and here is message 3. Thank you again to Love for providing me the commentary that has given me the inspiration today, and I'm going to bring it on home, this message about perseverance, this message about getting what you want out of the snake diet or out of any dietary protocol, getting what you want out of life through the pursuit of better health, better fitness. Here we go. And Olaf, you are really, really helping somebody out there today. So really, thank you for that. And if Olaf has helped you, make a comment in the comment section and give her a thank you. Everybody likes to be recognized, okay? Everybody wants stuff. Olaf, you said you want to lose 30 to 40 pounds by 2020. You want some stuff. You want stuff. If you want stuff, this video is for you. What are you willing to get that stuff? What are you willing to do to get that stuff? That's the question, right? That's what matters. Your mind has to change. If your main reason is to look good, then you will fail indeed. That's shallow. What changed me was waking up at 375 pounds in the middle of the night with my dad asking me to come and help figure out why my mother was laying on the middle of the bathroom floor. And we found out it was a stroke. The next 48 hours that passed after that moment, when I looked and saw this horrific thing, it was mind-numbing. So, there was no shallowness going through my mind. I was not thinking about wearing smaller clothes at that time. I was only thinking about what in the good God has happened and how do we get her to the hospital? How do we make sure that she's not going to be dead on arrival? That's what my main concern was, figuring out what in the hell just happened. And after that, everything changed for me. My mind locked in and I was set on the mission to recover from my health. It was no longer important to me to be 300, 400 pounds just so I could lift more weight. It was not important to me. That entire thing changed. And trust me, I could eat myself back into a giant fat freaking body and be able to lift a lot of weight. But that's secondary now. I never want that again. Ever. I don't care about that anymore. So, here's a scenario. Look at two people. One that is gifted with a lean body and never has to diet, seemingly. And one that is lean, that got it through hard work in the gym. Dieting, willpower, this person, right? This person who works to get it. Both people are the same in that they both go to the gym and work their asses off. They never sit down. They never let themselves think that they can sit back and enjoy it. They both go hard as hell every time in the gym. They don't go to the gym and sit down and talk with people and get into stupid, needless conversations that distract them from the work that needs to be done. They got their headphones on. They're not looking at you at the eyes. They're not looking at your body. They're not giving a damn about the workout gear that you got. They're not concerned with that. They are there on business. Every time, all the time, consistently. They always show up on their training schedule and they always put out. They both are a bit arrogant in their attitude about training. They're constantly in defense of a lifestyle that is under attack by lazy ass people who sit around all day, watch Netflix, eat shit food, and joke, haha, blah, 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 all the way to an old age with a shitty body that's not functional in any way, weak, doughy, brittle frame, weak bones, weak lungs, horrible skin, horrible metabolism, like a dying old turtle. Yep, these two people on the outside are not going to show you their real feelings about couch potatoes. But believe me, because they put in the work, because they make it a priority to stay fit, and I'm talking about fit, meaning are you fit to do a job? Are you fit to get out of the house and attack life? That's what we talk about when we talk about health and fitness. Are you fit to live? And this is going to get deeper, this whole fit to live thing, in a minute, if you can hang with it. If you haven't been embarrassed and run off and go stick your head in the ground. These two people who both do the same work, one who seemingly doesn't have to do it, the other one who gotta do it. These two people, trust me, since they're hypothetical people, I can speak for them and I can say that they're disgusted and resentful and frankly not giving two squirts of piss about any whining from people who talk all the time about wanting to get what it takes to get hard results, hard-earned results. They don't care about your problems. They don't care about your whining because they've made it a priority. They've cut out the things in life that get in the way of that. They've cut out letting in outside influences, verbal messages. They don't hear them. Trust me, they don't hear them. I went to the gym last night and spent 3 hours there, 9 to 12, just to get 6 minutes, 7 minutes of actual footage that I just posted. I'm training for another meet. I do that 3 times per week. Friday is my longest day by far. Sunday and Tuesday, they're not going to be that long, but Friday is a long day. I go. You know, the training doesn't allow me to not go. I don't care about anything but the students that I teach, my training, my sleep, and my diet. I seriously mean that, guys. I don't care about anything else. I don't have TV shows. I don't have hangout spots with friends. I have 2 friends. And I hardly ever see them because I'm busy with my life, right? I don't care about any of the mainstream BS. And trust me, I'm incredibly happy. As far as a partner, a life partner, I don't want a woman who lives any other way than me. Because it doesn't make any sense any other way now. So I remain single until I find a woman driven in the same way that I am driven. And then we can talk about adding something small to a disciplined lifestyle. See, because you can't stray too far away from the nucleus. You see? I've seen the dark side of taking health lightly. It gets real nasty, it gets real medical and terrifying. Life should be simple, but life doesn't care about what you want. Sometimes it throws you the most horrific things and you got to deal with it. You got to be fit for that. So, love. And people who have short-sighted goals. People ask me, I see you gaining weight. What's going on? Oh. Look farther ahead than 2020. Look to the age when you're in danger of having a heart attack, a stroke, diabetes, and that day when your doctor tells you your worst nightmare, what should be your worst nightmare right now, is that your arm or foot or your leg needs to be cut off. Happened to my Aunt Ruby. It's what took her life at age 72. Diabetes, she fought it her whole life, but she didn't have to. She just kept eating that sugar, pumping that insulin in her arm. 72-year-old woman had to chop her leg off. And strangely, the operation killed her. 3 days later. Well, how can that be? Because she's 72 and you can't take a fucking leg being chopped off. Think about that in a dirty ass hospital. Oh, buddy, you gotta tell me I'm wrong. Look at your throat. Here's where it gets real deep, guys. If you're fresh into somebody being sick, a loved one being sick, you may want to just come back later when you're ready to hear this, because this channel, I bring you real stuff, man. And this could get hard for me, because I'm going to bring you some personal stuff. And oh, love, especially this is for you. You're my inspiration today. Thank you. Now here comes some hard stuff to hear. Look at your throat. A stroke can take your ability to breathe. A stroke, when it happens in your brain, it affects every system of your body in some way. You got 11 systems in the body. Your brain operates them all. So when you get a stroke, it's a hodgepodge, it's a grab bag. You don't know what you're getting. Well, in my case, in my mother's case, it took her ability to breathe. And they had to destroy her voice box forever by putting a tracheostomy, a breathing tube. My mother, rest in peace, lost her beautiful voice because she had to have an air tube for her last year of life. She couldn't speak harder than a whisper. And her last year of life was a living hell. She was 62. It's way too young. I'm still in deep misery when I think about it over how her last year was spent. It's pointless to wish that it will not happen to anyone else, because it will. People will not learn the easy way. Jesus. How absolutely horrific the end result of never getting control over the food that goes in your mouth can be. You can be incredibly fit and have a pulmonary embolism, a lung blockage. You could be incredibly fit and have a stroke. You can be incredibly fit and have a heart attack. You can have the greatest body out there and have things just go wrong, man. It happens all the time. This is what I'm talking about. You got to have vision. You got to live for the long purpose. Look at my father. He died of cancer a year and a half after my mother died. And he did everything right. He was fanatical about his health. Fanatical. Hold on a second. Let me show you something. Okay, so this is my dad when he was 20. That's his brother Irv when he was 16. Can you believe that? And this is his sister. This is their sister Renee, and she was 19. Okay, so my dad kept this physique his entire life. And he always was trying to get better physically, intellectually, he was a hardworking man. He's a dentist for his entire life. Never got sued. Always on point. He was a good provider. He was a good man. Heart of gold. He worded and acted upon his words about his health with full fervor. And he never let anyone take his principles from him. His wife, my mom, I remember her many, many times expressing extreme disapproval at his fanatical pursuit of the maintenance of his health. He put his exercise before her when he needed to do that. But guess what? When she needed him day and night in her despair after that stroke hit and her medical condition had progressed to such a serious state that they just couldn't take care of her at a facility anymore and she had to come home, and he and I and my brother had to make sure that she was being taken care of. And to my sister-in-law, Nessa, who I consider, she's my sister, I thank you very much for what you've done for my mom, because she was part of the team through and through. She rose to the occasion, and even though she and my mom didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, she put that all aside, and she was and still is an excellent wife, in my opinion, and mom for her family. So my dad, because he was physically fit, he was able to be her faithful servant to the bittersweet end when she literally died in his arms, in her bed, in their home. He was 82 when God put the toughest year of his life upon him. He was worn out, but he was right there. He was fit for life, fit for service, physically fit, mentally fit. He didn't beat his brains with liquor and drugs his whole life. He feared senility. He did everything he could. The man practiced freaking calculus for fun because he didn't want his brain to go bad. That's mind-blowing to me. It means so much to me. That's what I'm taking into anybody who I get involved with as far as a significant other. And she needs to be that way for me. We need to be fit for each other, fit for life, not just physically fit, but being fit for life comes from being physically fit. Life dealt them two different blows of death. Both were horrific. Both I would never wish on bad people, just my worst enemies. So, Love and anybody else who's worried about getting into some smaller clothes, put that little silly thinking aside. And I don't say that in a condescending manner. I say it because it's not consequential. Okay? Losing 30, 40 pounds, that's child's play. It's a breeze when you get things in order from A to B to C. Your thinking is backwards. If you're not going at it for the right reasons, if you're not going at it for physical fitness, to let that be your guide. Even physical fitness has to come before your spirituality almost, because how can you have a strong spirit if your physical sucks? You can get through religion, spirituality that you need to get fit physically, but until you get fit physically, you're never going to achieve the highest state of spiritual gain. Start with setting up your life so that you'll have a lifelong commitment to developing an iron will. Then the weight will come off in no time flat. The pursuit of the iron willpower, that's the noble pursuit. That is where all else seems to me to be coming from. Well, this video series is over. This has been message 3. I'm going to post these messages now, and I hope that people will enjoy them in their order, because that's how I intended them to be. And I need to learn how to put them in a block so that they don't get shuffled in the YouTube matrix. But anyway, God bless you guys. Stay on point. Don't worry so much about screwing up. Have a deeper purpose, and things should fall in order much, much better that way. Bye.